Welcome to Between Practices, the conversation that happens when your calendar is full, your coffee is hot, and your kids need to be in two places at once.
We're two moms in the thick of it. Sports, cheer, gymnastics, band, choir, carpools, group chats, and all the things that nobody warned you about.
We're not experts. We're just here between practices saying the things most parents are thinking and probably shouldn't say out loud.
If you've ever checked your schedule inside, you're in the right place. All right. So episode 1, how did we become these moms? I'm Brittany. I have 4 kids, almost a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old. We are in all kinds of activities. My oldest is in travel softball, cheer. She's doing choir. Mila is doing travel gymnastics. That's not the right word.
Teams.
Competitive gymnastics.
There we go.
There we
go.
go.
Yeah. It's traveling though.
Yeah, true. And then Isaiah's doing basketball. So activities all the time.
Yes, I'm feeling that. I've got my 11-year-old who will be 12 in half a year, who's hanging out with your almost 12-year-old,
Yes.
and they are doing all the things together, obviously.
Yep.
So we've got the cheer, the travel softball, band, and just recently step gymnastics, which has helped the schedule just a tiny bit. Then we have my second. She is 7 years old, going on 12 on most occasions. And she is on pre-teams for gymnastics. So she'll probably be traveling there too soon. And she was doing cheer. She did try softball. She's tried soccer. She's tried it all, but she keeps landing back in gymnastics. So you know what? I'm not fighting it.
Yeah. I mean, our kids are essentially in all the same activities.
Yes, which is how we kind of came to be, right? Because
Exactly.
we're always hanging out, commiserating,
Always together,
enjoying all the good things. So, one more thing to add to the schedule is to entertain everybody else that's listening.
Exactly. So I don't know about you, but I didn't think this is how parenting was going to go. I didn't think that their activities would completely dictate what we did. But here we are.
Yes. I think I don't know about you, but I was the best parent before I ever had kids. Like, I knew exactly how it was going to go down. They were all going to listen. They were all going to do bands like I did. And they were all going to be like those perfect kids that figure it out. Right. But I somehow ended up with a sporty kid. Definitely didn't take that after me because you weren't going to catch me running unless something was chasing me.
Yep.
So I had to learn all these sports. I had to figure out how to be like even a sort or a good, I don't even know the word, like a okay to lose.
Yeah. No, I understand.
I'm
The
a sore
competitiveness.
loser. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really tough for me to have to be like the bigger person here. So that was completely made me change the way I thought. And the whole fact that kids just have autonomy. Like they can make their own choices.
Yeah. Well, having 4, I can tell you that each one is so different. And I was not prepared for the different personalities and how that goes into all of the activities.
Right. Like you think about that first child and you're like, when you think of your kid, like this is my kid. And then when that second one comes around and you're like, whoa, wait a minute. You're not just like a copy paste. Like,
exactly. You think differently. You like different things, like learn differently.
Yes.
That's a whole nother ballgame.
Everything. So I would say parenting is chaos, but like controlled chaos, right?
Is it controlled?
It's controlled because we've got calendars, we've got color coding, we have, we know what snacks to bring, we know how many chairs we need. Like,
yes,
that's controlled in this aspect, but everything else is chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
So I don't know about you, but definitely when I was growing up and my sporty friends were on
Mhm.
these teams, I would look at parents and be like, why are their parents making them do all of these things? Like, I thought for sure it was parents that were like grinding the kids, had no clue. Like, the kids were
Yeah.
choosing these things, and parents are like, hey, if I'm paying and I'm spending my time, like, we're going all in, like, half doing any of this stuff.
Right. Well, I couldn't even fathom at this age being in so many sports or activities in general at one time.
Yes.
Like we played one sport, we were
Hmm.
on one activity and like that was it.
Yeah, there was no option. It was you either did
Exactly.
band or you did a sport, because I was considering field hockey at one point in high school, and they're like, "Well, no, that's during band." And I was like, "Well, I've been doing an instrument longer." And so that
Yeah.
was the avenue I took.
Yeah. Now like they want to do all the things.
Mhm. Mhm. I know, and that's probably what's rocking my world too. I never got to see, like, we had a lot of activities going on in my house growing up, but it was we were all in band, we were all in dance. Like, we all kind of did the
Yeah.
same stuff, so it was a little bit more like, oh, well, every day is this and every day is that, but
Right.
not right now. No way.
Yeah.
It's
So when
everywhere.
is the moment that it changed for you? Like,
That it
when did the calendar just, like, become chaos?
become chaos. I would have to say at first, it was pretty easy to go by because it was just Harper, and
Yeah,
so she was just doing gymnastics 1 night a week, fine.
yeah,
Then she did cheer, and that was a little bit of a juggling act because some of the things overlapped, so all we had to do, though, was shift her gymnastics 1 day, and it was like, "Oh,
yeah,
magically it fit."
yep,
And Delilah came in to play, and then softball. I would say rec softball did it for me because there was no set rehearsals, or not rehearsals, stand to me. No set
yeah,
practices. Like,
yeah,
those practices were like sometimes it was Monday, sometimes it was Thursday, sometimes it was Tuesday
yeah.
and Wednesday, and sometimes there was a game, and sometimes there wasn't a game. Like, that rocked my world. That was the beginning of the end. I was gonna say that's the beginning of the end when we were doing rec softball because it was so inconsistent.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, like, at first, both of the girls were in, like, dance,
Mhm.
and that, again, was, like, once a week, they had a dance class, and so that was a walk in the park, and then softball came, and I kinda started softball, and even rec, like, it was more,
Mhm.
but it didn't push me over the edge yet. Like, I
Right.
was juggling dance and we were doing softball, but it was fine even though, like, it was more. When it really, like, hit the fan for me is when we started travel,
Yes.
because not only were we doing travel softball, we were doing travel softball and rec softball and dance still.
Mhm.
We had to give that up once we got serious, but
Yep.
Mila was still in dance and she started gymnastics and then she started softball.
Mm.
So it was like all of the chaos kind of just like overlapped and took over.
Exploded. Yeah, I would say once Delilah then hit cheer,
Yeah.
and those cheer practices were like, so it would be the opposite days of travel.
Mhm.
So we were every single the night of the week, we had something going on. And then
Yep.
Saturdays were doubled up. So we had to like tag team. We're like, all right, where are you going? Where am I going? And
Yep.
then the crazy thing is the only free night was like Friday nights.
Yep. That's how it was for us too, except Isaiah's now in a sport, so he's playing basketball. So now he has practice Fridays
Mm.
and then he
So
has
it's everything.
games Saturday mornings. So now that like a third kid is in sports, it's even
Mhm.
crazier. Just like looking at my calendar stresses me out.
Oh, yeah. And if you don't have somebody helping you out with that, like, it truly takes a village to make sure everybody gets to where they are because
Yeah.
man, I feel for parents out there that are doing this by themselves. If you don't have that group of friends in each of those things, there's
Yeah.
no way that you're making this work. Like you if you're an introvert, you are forced to be an extrovert and make
You
friends.
don't have a choice.
No. No.
You don't have a choice because like there's so many times where one of the kids had to go with another family to do something because you can't be in multiple places at once.
Right. Or you better hope that your kid is the extrovert and can make friends and like make that stuff work
Yes.
out.
Yeah. Like naturally, like you just figured it out for us.
Yes. Yeah. Because, well, my gosh.
Yeah. And just realizing that evenings, they're just not yours anymore.
No, not
They
at all.
belong to your kids and being their chauffeur and taking them wherever they need to go.
Mhm. And that's where finding your parent friends in all of these things are helpful
Yeah,
because those are the ones that you can commiserate with and celebrate with and like all that
exactly.
stuff.
Exactly. Like, at least for me, I work from home, so I can more easily juggle the schedules.
Mhm.
But I think about people who still have to like go into work and can't just like move their schedule around.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll tell you, just because I'm teaching. So it's
Yeah,
not like I can say, hey, kids, I need you to like chill for a minute and reschedule this
exactly.
class.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it, it's a whole different set of plans just to try and get myself. If we have to travel somewhere, like and leave early on a Friday, that's a whole nother to do that ends up happening in this
Yeah.
schedule. But it's super fun once you get there. Like
It
once
is
you're
really
there,
fun once you're there and in it.
yeah, then it's like, all right, I don't have to worry about anything else outside of this little
No.
bubble. Like we're here, we're like encouraging the girls. We want them to do well.
Yep.
When they get over that hurdle and it's like, we all are celebrating together and we
Yeah.
all are kind of like trying to pump each other up. Like
Yeah.
it seems worth it, when you're in
It
the
does.
thick of trying to sort it out, it's like the craziest misery. Once
It
you get
is.
there,
It's such a struggle, but then like seeing them succeed and have fun and like
mhm.
grow is
Mhm.
so much fun to watch, even though we're stressed on the sidelines.
Yeah. There's nothing we can do there. There's that whole autonomy thing again too. You're like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
thought that you'd be able to train them and get them like ready to go, but no amount of training is going to control what they do with it.
Yeah.
Nerves take over or they just think, "Oh, I'm going to try something different this time around." Like the number of times that we look and we're like, "What? What did you just
What is
decide to do all of
happening?
a sudden? Why are we throwing the ball that way all of a sudden? Like you didn't do that this whole time." But okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Just watching them react in different situations.
Yes. Yes.
It's so funny.
Definitely.
So, how are you surviving with like making dinner in the evenings?
That's interesting that you bring this up because just today
Mhm.
and actually kind of all this week has been a crazy week. As much as we are not in the thick of travel season right now, right? Like
Yeah.
they are in conditioning. We're not even playing games, we're not doing
Yep.
scrimmages. So you would think, "Oh, it's January, it's our downtime. We don't got a lot to do." But somehow every night of the week again, we still have things to do. So,
Yeah.
I I was telling my husband Chris today because each day I come home and I'm driving home from work and he texts and he's like, "Hey, what's for dinner?" I'm like, "I'm you work from home and I'm driving home."
Yeah.
I know I do the grocery shopping and usually I'm really good about planning ahead and I try to
Yeah.
buy food just for like here's Monday's meal, here's Tuesday, here's leftovers. And so he relies on the calendar of, hey, what's for dinner so that I know I'm
Yeah.
making the right food at the right time. Not that I would care if he made anything different,
Right.
but it makes our lives easier if there's some sort of a script of
Yeah.
like, here's where we are. Well, it's after the holidays. I have not been really feeling like going shopping. it's been like, Sam's Club delivery,
Yep.
like just bringing random stuff, random leftover frozen appetizers that we've had from the holidays. And today I got the text as I'm driving home and he's asking like, what's for dinner? And I didn't answer because I was almost home.
Yeah.
So when I got home, I was like, hey, listen, I'm not trying to like be mean or anything, but like if it's in the refrigerator and you want to cook it, nothing is like scheduled this week. So just go ahead and make whatever you want to make. So
Yeah.
it was like appetizers galore today. It was some random hot
Love it.
dogs. It was mozzarella sticks. I think pigs in a blanket made a an appearance. I may have had leftover biscuits and gravy. Like
Yeah.
it was whatever you see that looks really good and we can pop in the oven right now is what we're making.
Yeah.
How about for
So
you
my
guys?
my struggle is that they either have to eat at like 4 o'clock or we're not eating until 8:30, 9 o'clock when everything's over.
Yeah.
So if we don't put it in a crock pot,
Mhm.
we are fighting for our lives
Crock-pot is a
between,
lifesaver.
yeah, between after school and getting out of the door for practices or games.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight, we ordered pizza. We're ordering pizza once a week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just
Pizza is
cannot.
mhm,
But if it's
definitely.
not going in the crock pot, we're having something we can like throw in the oven really quick.
Mhm.
Thankfully, Stefan will take charge of like what we're eating. Because
Yeah,
if it's up
that's
to
so nice.
me, we're on the struggle bus. I like really want to plan, but
Mhm.
haven't been able to get myself to do it. So we're
Yeah.
just fighting for our lives every day.
That's where I am right now. And maybe because when travel sort of started, school was starting up for me. So I was just in
Yeah.
that planning mode. And
Yeah.
once I'm busy and I get a routine, I'm in it. But then
Yes. Once
winter
there's a
break,
break,
2-week winter break, I was done.
yeah.
We're not coming back. Maybe spring
I
break, I can pick it back up.
Yeah, I do think I'm better, like, the busier I am, then I'm like, "Okay, I have to be strategic with what we're eating."
Mhm. Mhm. For sure.
We're so out of it right now.
Yeah, and luckily now the girls are older, so they can even take charge. Like they can cook their own food at times. Like if it's
Yeah.
super busy, sometimes they don't want to wait for me to like
Yep.
try and figure it out, and then they go to it. And is it the best meals? Not probably not, but is it nutritious and will it get them the carbs they need to like move on?
Yeah.
Definitely, try to keep the donuts to a minimum, but it is what it is. We're
Yeah.
just
I mean,
moving right along.
my kids will definitely make some mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah, that's
They'll
up
make
there.
some buttered noodles.
But butter noodles, if that's all I made for the rest of their lives, they'd probably be
Everyone would be
fine.
happy.
Yeah.
Everyone would be
Yes.
happy with buttered
Yes.
noodles.
Yeah, I think so. Not me. I think I'd be a cheese and crackers kind of girl. I'd be okay with that.
I also love me some buttered noodles, so
So you
I
can have it
put a
set.
little Parmesan cheese on there,
Yes. Oh,
all
yeah.
set. All set.
Yeah. I hear you. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Speaking of these plans, how about did you even like thinking of your own identity and
Mhm.
just getting into the thick of this? Did you ever think that you would just be like McKenna's mom or Mila's mom or Isaiah's mom?
No, no. Like you would think that you would still have your own identity, but that's exactly what it is. When I go anywhere, that's McKenna's mom. Oh,
Hmm.
that's Mila's mom. That's Isaiah's mom. And I don't think people know what my name is.
Probably not. Yeah.
I think it's just I'm so and so's mom
Yep.
forever, and that's it.
And even adults. I even have kids
Yes.
who will be like, "Hey, Delilah's mom," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yes.
Like
Definitely
little
coaches.
like little kids I get because they might not know how to address you, whether it's
Yes.
Mrs. or, first name, last name. And, they're kids. I'm not their friend. So they're probably not looking for my name anyway.
Yeah.
But the adults, that one kind of threw me for a loop when I finally was referred to as Delilah's mom from
Yeah. I'm
an adult.
definitely used to the kids doing it,
Mm,
but I experienced it a lot at softball
yeah,
from
yeah,
adults
yeah.
where I was like, no one knows my name. They just know I'm McKenna's mom or Mila's mom.
Because she's the star.
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah,
and I even helped coach.
they
Like I
still.
helped on the teams and I was still just McKenna's mom and Mila's mom.
I mean, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that means that they're like doing what they're supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
and so you got that recognition.
I mean, it's not terrible. It's just amusing
Yes,
that
yes,
grown adults don't want to learn other
yeah.
adults' names. Or maybe
And
they just can't remember. I don't know.
and when after a while, when you're coaching so many teams and you probably cycle through so many parents and like players,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like, all right, we only have a few days that we're like here, and then it's like the
Yeah.
season's over. So sometimes it is tough to like even keep track. If you're not having the sideline conversations,
Yeah.
probably not figuring out everybody's names.
Yeah. And to be fair, I rather you know my kid's name.
This is true. This is
So
true.
I'll
Yeah. They're the ones you're
take that,
coaching
I
anyway.
guess. Yeah, exactly.
Very true. How about just friendships in general changing from going from, your friends to now wife and kids, and now you're so and so's mom?
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like going into my kids like playing sports, I never really thought that I would make friends along the way. Like I figured that I would chat with people, but I didn't really expect to become such good friends with so many different people.
Hmm.
Like just getting to know my kids' friends, parents, and like genuinely being happy to see them on the weekend,
Yeah.
like is nice. You're not always doing that. You'll be on teams where that's not the case, or you're going to, gymnastics and you're sitting with people you don't know. I
Hmm.
know that when we have tournaments, I'm excited to see people. I'm excited to sit down with you on the sidelines and we're like losing our minds the
Yes.
entire time. But just like we've become friends
Yeah.
and seeing each other is fun.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think different sports get you different dynamics too.
Yeah.
Because I definitely feel like with softball in general, because it's such a small like crowd area, like for us to
Yeah.
for spectators to sit, like we are kind of crammed into each other.
We
So
are.
you have to have the conversation. Unless you're
Yeah.
those parents, in which case I have also been these parents that sat all the way on the like outfield on the other side of the fence
Yes.
where you're like, today I'm not talking with people. I just want to
Yeah.
watch my kid and I just want to get out of here. Like I'm not even trying. Like,
Yeah.
but otherwise you're kind of forced to like commingle and get to know each other, and it's such a small group of kids in general
Yeah.
on that team that you start rooting for each other. And it's like one little, I hate to say this cliche, but it's like
I
a little
know.
family,
It is.
like when
It
you
becomes
quarrel
that
like a
way.
family, you
Yeah.
celebrate like a family, you need to have space like a family, like that whole thing
Yeah.
all comes together. But then when I'm doing like cheerleading and gymnastics, it's a huge group. So
It's a different
I
vibe.
it is, and I found that because Delilah doesn't go to school with all those girls, she's at a different school. I don't have the same connection with the parents.
Yeah.
Like the parents are friendly. They're great. Like if I'm
Yeah.
with them, they're talking with me. They're never like leaving me out of a conversation.
Yeah.
But it's we don't have any background like similarities to pull us together to a conversation that doesn't have to do
Yeah.
with cheerleading. Like our older girls go to school together. So we not
Yeah.
only have softball to talk about, but we also have school to talk about, or we have cheerleading now to talk about. Like there's
Yeah.
more than one thing that kind of connects all of us, and
Yep.
almost everyone on that team. There's some other random thing that connects us all together.
Yeah.
But when you get those bigger teams, I think it's harder to find that and with gymnastics, long practice times. So you're not sitting there hanging out. So you're not getting the chance
No,
to know them as well either.
no. At gymnastics, Mila has practices for 3 to 4 hours.
Hmm.
I am not sitting there.
Yeah.
So I'm not chit chatting with the parents.
Hmm.
And for gymnastics, they have like 5 competitions,
Yeah.
and
That's not a
that's
lot.
it. So it's not a lot. Everyone's nice when we're there.
Hmm.
There's some moms I talk to more than others,
Hmm.
but it's not like softball. Like in travel, you're spending 10 hours a day, on tournament days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And that's not counting if you're getting a hotel. And like
exactly.
hanging
So
out
there's
up.
plenty of times where we have to stay away, and then
Hmm.
you guys are together the entire weekend. Like,
Hmm.
you're seeing each other as soon as you wake up in the morning.
Hmm. So it's a
And at
big,
gymnastics, it's like I see you a couple times and
yeah.
that's it. But
Yeah.
I will tell you now that when I go out in public, I am seeing someone I know
Yeah.
from somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I got my hair cut and had a parent of a basketball player there, had a coach from gymnastics was there,
Yeah.
like, couldn't even go get a haircut,
Yeah.
and I only go, like, once, like, every 6 months. I'm not even there that often to say,
Yeah.
whatever, or go get a pedicure. There's always some sort of parent somewhere, and it's kind
Yep.
of funny to me because as a teacher, I purposefully try not to live in the county that I teach in
Yeah.
just because I feel like it gives that privacy for students and families and it gives that privacy for me that like there's just a little bit of a disconnect that it's work
Exactly.
and home. Like we can all have our personal lives. But then I come out here and then it's like, oh, I still even know a whole bunch of people just because my
Yeah.
kids go out and we meet
Yeah.
all these other people. So it's like you can't
Yeah.
escape.
I know. So I don't know. It's like we didn't mean to care this much, but here we are. Like we
Yeah.
met through our kids and here we are doing our very first podcast show
I
together.
know. I know. Kind of going through the ups and downs of what
Yeah,
it's like.
exactly.
And hopefully there's people out there listening that, I know we're kind of mumbling through all of what this is and we'll fine tune what our show is all about, but just kind of getting
Yeah.
some anecdotes, even if it's just to know that you are not the only person going absolutely insane trying to juggle one, two, three, four, five, or six or more kids schedules
Yeah.
together is crazy no matter how you slice it. Like we all have
Yep.
our thresholds of days that we're like, all right, we got this. And then that monkey wrench comes in and it throws us all for a loop. And, we're might be in tears behind closed doors. And
Yeah.
then we stand up, get a, wipe it off and go, hey, here we are. We're here. Let's go team.
Yeah. Like we're all trying to just make our way through
Yes.
the day.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I know personally right now, I'm operating on like a 24-hour window.
Yeah.
So if something doesn't need to be done tomorrow,
Mm-mm.
it's not on my radar today.
Nope,
Like
not at all.
there's too much on the calendar and it's
Mhm.
just going to have to wait. And if I
Yeah.
try to think about it all, I get overwhelmed and then we're done. Wrap it up.
Yes.
Day's over.
Yes. Yep.
I'm not
And you
getting
know what?
anything productive done.
It's okay. It's totally okay because it happens. It gets done. It eventually gets done. I
Eventually
don't
it
know
gets
how.
done.
It
Me
eventually
either.
gets done. So
I know.
our system is working, whatever it is.
It's chaos, but it's
Controlled chaos.
working. Yeah,
I can see it's all controlled chaos.
we're getting it done.
How about I learn how to talk some unpopular mom opinions?
All right, let's talk about it.
What do you think? What's your unpopular mom opinion?
So, mine is not every kid needs to be elite.
Mm.
Not every kid is out here trying to be the best player on the team or the number one gymnast. There are kids out here that are just doing it for fun, and it's okay that they're not
Mhm.
the best. They're going out there and they're working hard and they're having fun, learning about themselves, growing as, a kid, teenager, whatever. You don't have to be elite. You don't have
Mm-mm.
to be the best one on the team. Now, I know there's kids that do strive to be the best,
Mm-hmm.
and that's great. And obviously, not everyone can be elite, or we wouldn't have elite players.
This is true.
But I don't think that the goal should be that your child is the best player on the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that's the goal of sports.
That's a heavy burden too. For
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are definitely kids that are self-driven and
Yep.
self-motivated. And you know what? You support them, let them soar. I've got one kid that does that. That's like, they want to
Yep.
do it all and they make it, they make the time and they make it happen. I've also got a kid that loves to play, but when it's
Yep.
downtime, it is downtime.
It's
Like getting
downtime.
them to go out and practice can sometimes be pulling teeth. And that's when
Exactly.
you gotta kind of weigh the, options out where you go, "Hey, are you doing this for fun? Because there is an avenue to do things for fun. Or are
Exactly.
you doing this to, like, help your team and to become the best that you can be?" At the end of the day, you're beating your own goals. You just wanna get better at what you're
Exactly.
doing. Not if you can make it to the top, it's great, but man, it's tough to stay there.
It's tough. Yeah,
Tough
exactly.
to
And
stay
those
there.
are conversations that I've had to have with my girls is that, listen, if we're doing these competitive sports,
Mhm.
this requires you to put the work in. And if you don't, that's okay. I'm fine
Mhm.
with that. But we're not going to pay for the private lessons and we're not going to
Right.
pay for the competitive teams. If you
Right.
want to play for fun, I fully support that.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
But if we're going to do the competitive teams and we're going to pay, you know, those prices to be on those
Mhm.
teams, then you have to put the work in outside of just practice
Yes.
and you have to want it.
Yep. Yep. And again, don't have to be the number one person there.
Nope.
Don't have to be. But there's nothing worse than watching a kid go out on like the field or go out on the stage and it's a joke to them. And then they just
Agreed.
like half or don't try at all. And I get it. We all have bad days. But
Yeah.
you can definitely see the trend in the kids that you're trying to figure out their true motivation for being out there. And
Yep.
it's like, and maybe they haven't come to grips with, am I doing this for fun or am I doing this like what is the true motivation to be out there to do it? And I feel bad for them because I'm like,
Yeah.
they're young, their brains are not fully developed. They can't quite see, what
How they're, yeah.
the impact of this behavior is like in the you don't have to win every game.
No.
Definitely you're not gonna win every game. And if you are, awesome.
Yeah.
But when you have a defeatist attitude walking out there, then it bums everyone else out, like that's a contagion. So you can either be contagious and just in being enthusiastic in what you do. You can be the
Yeah.
worst player on the team. But man, if you're enthusiastic and you're giving it your all, I will keep you out there all day long. Like
Yeah, for sure.
because
Have a good attitude and not just
yeah,
like,
it'll bring everybody else up with
exactly. All the kids feed off of one another. So once there's
100%.
a bad attitude,
Yeah.
everyone's feeding off that. But if you have a great attitude, everyone's also feeding off of that.
Yes. Yes. And you don't even have to be the elite player to have that great attitude.
Uh,
Not at all. Not at all. We can totally bring that around. I think
agreed.
my unpopular mom opinion is kids don't need to do everything.
Yeah.
Now I know that it sounds like my children are doing everything, but we've had to make the pros and cons list. Harper actually was doing it over the summer. Like she was invited to do team gymnastics and she was trying out for travel softball. And that pretty much is direct conflict. Like
Yeah.
there is no way that she would have been not only direct conflict, but exhausting. That would have been
Yeah.
way too much for an 11-year-old to carry.
Yes.
Like that kind of pressure to me seems too much for her. So I had to sit down with her and Chris had to sit with her and she sat on her own and made like, here are the pros to this and here are the cons and here's what I like, here's what I don't like. And her list, she set it out there and the list kind of showed for her that she had a lot more pros in softball and not as many in gymnastics. Did
Yeah.
that mean she didn't like gymnastics? No. It just meant that she didn't like it as much as she did softball as far as being competitive.
Yeah.
So she stuck around gymnastics for the fall season, basically. And then I guess with cheer, I'm assuming
Yeah.
cheer had a lot to do with it because her, McKenna's on there and her other friends. She dropped gymnastics and then decided to cheer. Also, if you're not doing team in gymnastics, it's pretty much you're
You
kind of
reach a point
stuck
where yeah.
and she was not getting out of it what she wanted. Like, we would have either had to go on private lessons or gone teams. And
Yeah.
so gymnastics got the cut and cheer got picked back up, which I was kind of surprised. I didn't realize that that was on her radar again.
Yeah.
So she's back in there, which is working out. So I think we're gonna end up having another conversation though if she keeps doing cheer and softball and we get to
Yeah.
the high school level. Because middle school, as far as brain development goes, there's my education background happening here. As far as your brain, middle school is all about trying on different things
Yeah.
and figuring out who you are as a person. And so this is the time to try everything.
Yep.
However, you can't do everything.
Right.
Like, she wanted to do 4-H. She wanted to
Yeah.
do jazz band. She was like, "I just can't fit it in my schedule." And for her to see that, I feel like is very mature and a big deal
Yeah.
because then it's not mom saying no. It's her having a true, like, reflection on, "Here's what my calendar already looks like, plus schoolwork,
Yep.
plus, family obligations. Can I fit all of this in?" And so she's doing a pretty good job of trimming the fat to say, with lack
Yeah.
of better things, to try and make sure that she's doing what she wants to do, but she's prioritizing, which is a good life skill to be able to tell people
It
no.
is. It is. It's a hard one at that.
If you could do that early in life,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good skill.
I had to have the same conversation with my girls as well when we moved to like travel in
Mhm.
competitive teams. I'm like, we cannot do the amount of stuff that you were doing before. So when Mila decided she wanted to do competitive gymnastics, I told her, okay, well, you were doing dance. We're going to take a break from dance so we can see what this schedule is like, get
Mhm.
you adjusted to the schedule. She hasn't picked anything up because she is at gymnastics 11 hours out of the week.
Mhm.
So she has talked about maybe playing softball again. She has talked about maybe going back to dance. Dance is more my speed because it's like you go and it's one day and then you
Yes.
have like the dance recital at the end. So it's not a huge time commitment.
Yes.
Layering in softball would be a little more crazy because you're not going to
Yeah.
know what days you have practices. You're not going to know the days you're going to have games and how that's going to impact gymnastics.
Mhm.
And then with McKenna, she had to make some decisions on, okay, we're playing travel. Are you going to play rec?
Right.
She's not going to play rec. Then she wanted to try out for cheer, which she's been loving, and I'm glad she
Mhm.
loves it. But to your point, like we're trying out the things now, but at some point you're going to have to decide what your priorities are.
Right, right. Or things you may have to decide what level, caliber you're gonna be
Exactly.
playing at. So, like, are you gonna come back to a more casual play? Are you like, after doing travel and this is where I don't know, this is
Yeah.
my if you've been playing at a higher caliber and more intense with a travel team, would going to a rec team be difficult in the sense that
Yeah.
now you're there for fun. You're there to have a
Yeah.
good time. You're literally there just to play softball. You're not
Yeah.
there to win rings and trophies
A
and,
completely different
medals.
mindset.
Yeah, and I found last year when Harper was doing both, that was tough for her. That was
It
tough
was
for her
tough.
to shift because sometimes it was literally going from one practice directly to
To the
one
next.
game.
Yep.
So you had to be able to go from a hardcore mindset to a chill mindset. And
Yeah.
we're an intense family, so that was not an easy transition.
Same. Same.
I may or may not have on video a difficult transition of, being okay with people learning how to play. So
That's one of my favorite moments.
we'll have to save that for a special episode. I'll have to get
Yeah.
permission.
Yeah. That's a good little clip
But,
that you'll be able to share when she's
yes,
older.
yes, but at that point, what, she was 10 years old. And
Yeah.
so trying to tell her it's okay if people are dropping the ball. We're all
Yeah.
learning, but that's a life lesson. It's the big life
It
lesson
is.
that not a lot of people like the tough love approach. I'm a huge fan of tough love
Yep.
because I feel then it's not me telling you and saying, "Oh, mom said I have to," but it's, "Oh man, that was a natural consequence
Yep.
of
Yep.
what just happened there." Like, so, and it makes you appreciate, it made her appreciate what she was in. I think that helped her. That helped her decision making too. Being in a higher caliber team versus
Yeah.
a more laid back team let her know she was not the laid back kind of person.
Yeah.
you know, Had she said, "Whoa, I don't want to be that intense," then she would be pick and rack and we would do rack, which would
Also
be fine.
fine. Yeah.
You know, I
Also fine.
those were much more casual and less intense. So,
Yeah.
I was okay with that
100%.
too.
I'm not as stressed at rec games as I am travel games.
Yeah, yeah, but the cool part is, like, that first time that you see them nail whatever,
Yes.
like, big thing they've been working and working and working. Like, the first time Harper caught a fly ball in the outfield,
Yes.
man, the tears down my face, and
I
then, like,
know.
her rut with not being able to hit the ball no matter how many lessons we paid for, like, over and over, and then you were there that time she finally was hitting the ball. That whole, like,
Everyone.
everyone was standing up cheering for her. And that is
Yes.
such a cool moment to
It
be
is.
able to, like, live together. And then, watching McKenna when she's pitching and, like, she's
Yeah.
overcoming, like, whatever rut, you can see her
Yeah.
maturing and, like,
You can.
getting,
There's just been a lot of growth
yeah.
over the past couple of years. She's come a long way with like managing her emotions and being
Hmm.
able to like overcome her frustrations when she's out there. It's just fun to like
Yeah.
watch and see them grow. And the best
Hmm.
part is like we get to see each other's kids grow,
Yeah.
like because they've
And
been
that
playing together
And
for
that
a
time
couple
goes
years now.
yeah, it goes by really fast because it does not feel like it's been as long as it's been. Like,
Agreed.
I feel like Harper sometimes I'm like, "Well, Harper just started." No, she didn't.
She didn't. No, she didn't just start.
She didn't just start.
I
She's
know.
catching fly balls regularly now. I'm like,
Yes.
"Oh, okay." Like, they get over that one hump and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it clicks. Like, to watch it click is so cool to
Yeah.
see that
It
with
is.
all of
And
the kids.
it's just that one time. They just need that
Hmm.
one time to boost their confidence and it's like they're a different kid.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool to see. It's cool to
It
watch.
is.
Love it. I
Yes.
think I think we had a pretty good chat here. We got to
I think
go
so
over,
too.
how we got here, just sharing our stories. Next episode, we're going to be talking about how this schedule owns us now.
Yes.
And if any of this stuff resonates with you guys listening, and gals and ladies and gentlemen, uh, you know, you're not alone. We are doing it too. Real
Yep.
time. We are literally in the thick of it right now.
We are, just getting to this point to record this video was a
Yes.
process. So
100%. That'll be
we're
another
living it.
episode. Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And if you got any anecdotes or any um things that you listeners out there want to comment, let us know about your schedules. How do you guys manage meals? When did you become so-and-so's mom or dad? And
how are you making it work?
Yeah, how are you making it work? Because sometimes I feel like every process and every system I have is just not happening. It's not working anymore. So any of those things would be awesome to hear.
Yeah.
So, Brittany, until next time.
Yes. I look forward to the next one.
Yes, which I believe is tomorrow night.
Yep.
We'll be at the game.
We sure will.
All right. So until next time, we'll chat with you all later. And it's been a blast.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.